guys, it's Jazz1122 here, and this reading is for the Geminis out there for October 26th through November 1st. I would like to say thank you guys so much for your likes, your comments, and to all my new subscribers. Welcome to my channel. I'm so glad that you're here. If you would like a reading from me, all that information will be down below. And with that being said, let's get right into this video. Okay, Gemini, let's see what's going on with you. We have 6th house routine. So you guys could be focusing on work right now. Also, the 6th house has to do with health. You guys could be in a space where you want to eat healthy, maybe drink more water. You want to take better care of your body. You're being more conscious of the foods you eat and where you eat them from. And not only that, with the 6th house routine, I feel that you guys are really getting in a more stable place. Maybe Gemini, things have been a little crazy for you, but now things are starting to make sense. And things are starting to come together for you, especially because the North Node is in Gemini. That's a big deal. We have Mars and Force. With the Mars Force here, you guys are feeling very motivated. And even if obstacles come your way, Gemini, you're ready to handle them. And also, you're realizing what works in your life, what needs adjustments, and what should be completely let go. So I feel, Gemini, you're doing a whole inventory on yourself, your life, you know, what you eat, everything. And I feel like you're starting to feel even better than you ever have. Taurus, I have. So some Geminis are like, yes, I feel amazing. And also with the Taurus, you guys are really focusing on your stability too. Taurus is the 2nd house, which is possessions, values. And you are realizing how precious you are. A lot of times in life, we push for people to validate us, even when we don't think that we do. Gemini, maybe you realize that after relationships, you saw how you would go out your way just to kind of prove to other people that you cared. But then you realize how you neglected yourself in the process. So also, I feel you guys are working on your self-esteem and rising out of just settling. Maybe some Geminis realize, like, I can't lie. Some of those relationships I got into, it was red flags. And I could have left, but I just wanted to believe that things would still work. But Gemini, you're in a place where you matured now. And it's kind of like, I'd rather stay by myself and take care of myself until I can trust someone with me. I'm not just going to give my love and myself and my body and my soul and my energy to people who don't handle me with care. Because you... Sorry guys, I had to clear my throat. Maybe with certain readings, when my throat starts to get kind of, you know, irritated, Gemini, maybe in the past you felt like you had to hold back what you really felt because you really didn't want to make people upset, especially those that you loved. But just as I cleared my throat just now, you're getting that out your system. Like, you know what, I have to say, because ironically Gemini is a communication, but you're mutable. So you hear another person's side, right? And you'll be like, well, maybe I'm tripping. Maybe I'm overreacting. Even though you kind of know, like, your reaction is valid, but because you gave people the benefit of the doubt, but you're done holding that back. It's like, if I can't express my truth, then what am I doing here? I'm not going to be someone I'm not, because I remember when I did that. And guess who that hurt me? Trying to make other people happy. Some Geminis may have realized they were a people pleaser in the past. With the 6th house routine, we have the 2 of Pentacles. With the 2 of Pentacles, Gemini, you're ready to work on a new life for yourself. You're done fighting with people, for people. You're taking all that energy and focusing on you. And by you doing that, it's like you gravitate whatever you desire, because you are putting you first and you realize that importance. And we always hear that saying. I remember when people like, oh, you gotta love yourself first. And I used to be like, well, why can't nobody love me? But then I realized as I got older, because if you don't appreciate and treat yourself right, then you'll settle for people who abuse you, who mistreat you, who yell at you, who put hands on you. And I've learned that from my relationships, how I didn't take care of myself, so I attracted people who would not treat me great either. And I would search for that validation, for someone to tell me that they cared. I didn't know at the time, but now I look back, that's what it was. It was doing things to make everyone happy, but then when I wanted to say my truth, that's when people kind of got mad or tell me I don't know what I'm talking about. So I was shut up too. And I got out of that. Like, I'm going to say my truth. Like, it's the same way you could tell me how you feel, but when I say something, right? Maybe Gemini, that's what you're realizing. 2 of Pentacles. Some of you could be changing jobs too. And also friend groups. Gemini, you want to be around people that cause you to feel good. People that help you feel inspired. That when you talk about your plans, they're genuinely happy for you. And they have their own goals and dreams, and they're successful too. But it's also emotions. People that bring the non-tangible things in your life. And maybe Gemini, you realize as you've grown, you're also outgrowing your friends, your relationships. And some of you realize that maybe it's best I move somewhere new, or try to go to different things. Maybe volunteer work with people that have similar interests to you, because it does help you stay focused though. I realize that. It really does matter, because you guys are on like an accord, and you all are making a difference in the world in your own way. 3 of Cups. 7 of Cups reverse. Gemini, you're starting to see people more clearly. You start to see how you have put in a lot of work in some of these relations with people. And you realize that people who have no problem reciprocating that energy. And then you realize the people that only come around when they want something. So, because you see yourself more clear, Gemini, you're also starting to see the world and people differently too. It's like nobody just can sell you no dream no more. It's like you see through the illusion, because you fell for it before, and you know what that energy looks like. Or feels like. Mars, of course. We have the 4 of Wands reverse. Yeah, You're done forcing things that don't work. It could be a home situation too. Maybe Gemini, you live with someone and you've been trying to, let's say this, right? For some Geminis, you may have been in a relationship where you live with this person and then you broke up, but then you still try to, because you guys share things. So it's kind of like, well, I'm going to stay here for maybe 6 months till I figure out what I want to do. Maybe that was the plan, but then you realize how tense it was living there though. It was weird. It's like being uncomfortable in your own home. I think that's one of the worst feelings ever. You know, to live somewhere you don't even feel at home there. So some Geminis are just deciding to just maybe move back home for a period of time. Or if you don't live with this person, Gemini, you're just in the place that if you gave your best, that's all that matters. You're done forcing things. Four of Wands reverse. Temperance reverse. You're done trying to be the emotional stabilizer. You know, don't just look like a big angel, right? You tired of doing this though. Like, because people start to take advantage of that. It seems they expect that out of you, even though you was doing it out the kindness of your heart. But what you realized was that caused your emotions. It drained you physically, emotionally, spiritually. So Gemini, I feel like anyone who tries to put their problems on you, you kind of avoid people like that. Like, you need time to figure out your own problems. You know, just the same as I need time to figure out myself. Temperance reverse. Yeah, by trying to make balance. Gemini, you have been so giving to people. And this is what you got in return. And like I said, Gemini, you had people that always had their hand out. It became an expectation. So then when you told some people no, you may have noticed how kind of forceful they got, right? Like, for example, I'll say a story. Let me see. This was back in 2014. And I was with this guy for like 3 years at this point. And I remember, because I used to help him out. I didn't have no problem with that. But then I was like, let me say no, right? Let me just say no to see what happens. So he asked me, like, hey, can I, have $20, right? And I was like, no. Let me tell you what this man said. What you mean, no? You don't got $20? And I was like, wow. Look at that entitlement. I didn't say that though, but this was in my mind. And then from that day forward, in January 2014, I was planning my way out of that relationship. And June 2014, I finally left. I tried to keep the peace after that because I did still care, but it was hard for me to even look at him after that. Like, you really took my kindness for weakness, but it's my fault though. Because I should have never gave you all that stuff, but I don't take it back because I cared about that person at the time, right? I'm not that type of person to be like, well, I wish I never met you and all that other stuff. Like, because that's a lie. Because at a point, they did make me happy. And just because things didn't work out, I'm not going to sit here and say that. But that taught me a major lesson about overgiving, because I was an overgiver, and Gemini seemed like, because Temperance is Sagittarius. See, Gemini, we here. Taurus, I have the moon reverse. Ooh. So with this moon upright, it sheds a light on this Scorpion. And what you're saying is, I have seen enough. I have seen the true colors of people. And maybe during Mercury retrograde in Scorpio, you really started to see that. That people were around you for what you have, but not who you are. What you have. The moon. Oh, shoot. That card flew out. That's right. When I said you saw all you needed to see. And you separated yourself from these people. And you started to realize how your pentacles grew. Look at this, Gemini. When you was around these people, you was at a 6. When you separated yourself, you bumped up to a 9. Look at what you built now. Look at the fruit. Look how peaceful you look. Minding your business. Maybe looking at the birds. Being out in nature. You realize you have a lot more. Because there's not people sucking you dry. Nine of Pentacles. We have the Queen of Rods. With the Queen of Rods reversed, you started to feel negative about yourself. Like you wasn't good enough. And some people even may have manipulated you to believe that, or give you some type of sob story. And Gemini, some of you help people to your detriment, even to how you look. Maybe you started to break out all over your face. Maybe your hair started falling out. No wonder why in the beginning when I said you was working on eating better and feeling better, it makes a lot of sense, because the Queen of Rods is reversed. Because you started to feel like they didn't truly care. And that does hit a self-esteem when you are working with yourself, until you get out of that and you realize that those people was just like parasites, sucking you dry and would suck anybody dry. That didn't have nothing to do with you, but you understand what that parasitic energy looks like. So now you don't waste no time. So Gemini, I hope you guys appreciate this reading, and I catch you guys next week.